Welcome back to another StarCastTV, and I am Scan. Today we are going to cast some wonderful game between Rush versus Mini, Mini versus Rush. Spawning location in the bottom right, the red Terran. This is Rush. And spawning location in the top left, the purple Protoss. This is Mini. And we are going to see a Protoss versus Terran matchup on Ringing Boom. And we can see this is a little bit of an old map where we can see top and the bottom mineral has 749. But we see Mini is going to be putting down the pylon over here at the ramp. So I guess we are expected to see some maybe gateway opening over here into expansion. But at the same time, Rush will be putting down the supply depot at the ramp as well. So this is going to be 2 depot with a single barracks wall. Mini decided to go for gateway into scout, and Rush will be going to go for most likely a barracks over here on the left side. Oh yes, this is going to be the barracks. And at the same time we see Rush is already gonna go for the scout here. So this is a somewhat relatively fast CV scout by Rush. So I guess he is somewhat aware of a proxy gate or even gateway opening by Mini and go for the Zealot aggression in the beginning. I guess he doesn't want to get any of a harassment done. We see barracks is going up, no refinery and no gas for Mini. And Mini doesn't have gas as well, so this is going to be the Zealot aggression by Mini. But unlucky for Mini, this is a cross spawn, so the Zealot will take forever to arrive to 5 o'clock side, and Rush will have enough time to put down the supply depot. Even if Mini puts down the pylon, will really be able to? Maybe not. But we see Rush immediately putting down the command center. And the refinery. Okay, this is somewhat greedy, I should say. He doesn't have the depot started whatsoever. So this pro harassment is a great job over here. Rush is not going to be finishing this refinery, not anytime soon. I guess he's going to be prioritizing to have this depot wall on time. Even though he didn't get to see the Zealot out on the map, but he saw there's a gateway and no cybernetic score with the first single pylon. And he does get to see there's a second pylon as well, no gas, and he also sees the Nexus. So he knows what's up. And for Mini is gonna be start harassing over here. He knows simulator, the refinery is still not finished. So he knows what's going on. And finally, Rush is mining the gas. And Mini also going to be mining the gas as well. Cybernetic score is already on the way. And here is a single SCB will be hiding at the 3 o'clock site. I guess the SCB was... it did finish the depot, but it did not jump over the wall to save it. So I guess that SCB will be just hiding at the 3 o'clock site. And fine, okay, never mind. I thought probe just died, but never mind. Here are a couple more Marines will be made by Rush. There are 3 Marines, but Rush is struggling to get Mini's probe. And as soon as that one of the Marines leaps from the depot side, the Zealot is already doing the harassment over here. Oh, I missed this. Okay, so at the same time, Rush will be doing the eBay rush. Nice eBay rush, and Rush also sees how many gateway Mini right now has, and he also sees there's a range upgrade on the way, no robotic facility whatsoever. So this eBay is buying some time really well. No robo still. And ooh, that's a somewhat spicy build by Mini. So he's getting the gun range upgrade and immediately getting their Nexus at 4-minute 40-ish. Ooh, at the same time we're gonna be seeing Proxy starport. So this is somewhat a build order fight between these 2 players. We can see another SCV scout will be going for Rush. Rush has a lot of SCV still. Good saturation for both expansion. Getting vulture speed on the way. And here's a second machine shop, also gonna go up. He's getting the vulture speed. All those Vespene gas right now, he's using this for the machine shop and the machine shop upgrade plus the starport follow-up. And this SCV, we'll be checking at the 9 o'clock side. Finally starting the robotic facility for Mini. And this is somewhere super slow. The next is already on the way, which is nice. But there's no there's no third gas for Mini. He does have the access to mine this 6 mineral, but will it be worth? And here are a couple more vultures. Will be more being made. Scouting SCV will be running away at 7 o'clock site, and with first vulture we'll be checking the Nexus timing. More vulture will be coming out. Spider mine upgrade should be completing soon. Okay, iron thruster, the vulture speed finishes first. Let's see what he will do. The dropship is also on the way. I guess the vulture going towards to 12 o'clock side, so he's gonna be loading up those vulture at the 12 o'clock side and maybe unload behind of the expansion and go for the harassment here. And 2 more vulture just came out, putting a couple more of the spider mines. Nicely done, but I'm not sure whether this is a good placement of putting down a couple of spider mines. More vultures are coming out, and I think Rush is going to be taking a break over here. And yeah, I see he's just saving up the money. He's gonna be saving up the money for the siege tank. And here are the 3 vulture will be unloading, but there were 2 guns, and 2 guns were stacked. Gotta be careful. 2 spider mines did trigger, but did not get any of the dragoons. And dropship really needs to evacuate, but didn't really do much of a job here. But here's another 4 vulture will be sneaking in, but at the same time 3 gun just came out on time for Mini. Perfect timing. And here's a single vulture. Ooh, I don't know how much of a probe he got there, but just by looking at the supply count, it doesn't look too bad for Mini, I should say. But we see Rush is already putting down the command center. The vulture harassment is nicely done, and he's trying to bait that 2 gun all the way to this side. And Mini is not going to be falling for that, so he was waiting for the observer. Dropship will be running away, but gotta be careful. Guns is already on the range. Okay, that's good. But if 2 more guns just come from the right side, it will get intercepted. Gotta be careful here too. And we can see Rush is already putting down the command center plus the bunker. So the siege mode should be done, or is it still not done? Okay, plus yeah, the siege mode is already done. He's waiting for the eBay. As soon as the eBay finishes, he probably will be adding depot and maybe more of a missile turret in order to protect this siege tank in the observer vision. That was a big mistake by Rush. We just saw Rush just lifted his command center. I think he wanted to lift out eBay, but he accidentally lift up his command center. But we see a couple more goons will be standing at the 3rd expansion. That is definitely a lot of SCV transfer to the natural. That is even more than 12 workers. Yeah, that is like 15 worker. But here is gonna be the bust by Mini unloading Forza on top of the siege tank. It wasn't actually a top of siege tank, but we'll be unloading all of his army. Nicely done. And now these guns are trying to attack that bunker, but the siege tank was doing such a great job and such a great repair on those bunker while guns were attacking random units. Here what we are seeing right now is this is going to be the carrier opening. Does Rush know about this? I don't know about it yet. He does have enough compensation energy to find out what's actually going on. But we see the science facility is already going up. Second armory as well. So this is most likely going to be 2 on upgrade. We hear a couple more scan going on. He scanned how many gateway you had, but he got to see the cybernetics core is already spinning. Core spinning, but no Adun whatsoever. He should be figuring out without seeing the Stargate, that has to be the carrier opening. I think Rush is gonna start cutting off some of production here and adding more factory for the boost. Adding more factories. That is about 7. And one more. Okay, maybe one more over here to the top side. Yes, that's okay. So 8 and 9. 9 factories for Rush. No, I think dropship just got intercepted by those goons. So finally, Mini starting to mine the 4th base. Adun is going up. We hear more of a scan going on. You get to see the carrier and the 4th expansion. More cannon being made. Here are 6 tanks still. Rush really now working on this tank production with the Acolyte as well. And I guess he feels like he misplaced the factory, so he'll be replacing the factory placement for the smooth macro side of sending his army. Focus targeting on this Overmind Cocoon is actually splash damaging to his own factory, but it doesn't really matter. Only lost about 35 HP, so it doesn't really hurting so much. Science facility is floating. 2-1 upgrade is on the way. We can get to see this 9 factory macro is looking great for Rush. And Rush is adding a lot of supply depot. But Mini does have 2 carriers already out on the map. 2 more carriers will be coming out next 1 minute or so. Nice rotation of a Vulture. Oh, so it didn't have a complete wall here. So it did has 1 gap over here at the top side. Will be needed to put down another pylon in order to stop any other Vulture run by. More depot going up. So Rush is right now squeezing all of his money. We're timing attack here. Okay, so Rush is pretty much caught off couple observer or maybe a couple of zealot here and there, but 1 science vessel. Interesting. I'm not sure what about this science vessel, because yes, he does have the science facility for 2-1 upgrade, but is it really necessary to get the science vessel? It costs 225 gas, and that's like you can make 2 tank or even 4 Goliath with that 200 Vespene gas. But let's see, maybe that 1 vessel is actually helping to catch all those observer off guard, which is nice. Here's the giant attack by Rush with the 13-minute mark with the 2-1 upgrade, but here are 4 carriers already out on the map, doing a couple of micro here, picking up 1 siege tank, nicely done. But here are 3 groups of army, will be rotated to the right side. Rush really needs to make some decision whether he wants to eat up this all of our army. He's making more of a Vulture. Zealot is just focused hard on the starport about the vessel, using the D-Matrix on the siege tank. Nicely done. And this number of Vultures is eating up those Zealot and Goon. Really nicely done. And now look at the supply count. 200 supply versus 165 for products. Meaning it's not earned. Winning this battle here. This 200 max of a battle. Right now, Rush really needs to eat up this army, because when the number of a carrier becomes large and large, oh wait, why? Oh, okay, there are 2 more carriers, so Mini should be focusing on getting more of a carrier and start snowballing with the number of carriers. But oh, the pro transfer will be Storm is team killing up his own pro, which wasn't that nice. But here's a mass battle going on between those two players. Acolyte is doing great damage to interceptors. Siege tank Vultures are pretty much killing all those units 2 tanks will be rotated to the bottom side. So he does manage to get their nexus, but this number of goon still moving around left and right. And we can finally get to see Rush is preparing for this 4th command center. He does need another gas because he's right now starving with the Vespin gas. And, ooh, look at those C thing. I wasn't really looking at this one. So it was focus targeting on the Nexus, not a photon cannon, which was an interesting move. Here are a lot of Goliaths and Vulture will be just eating up all those interceptors. There are 6 carriers out on the map. 2 more carriers also out on the not out yet, but will be coming out very, very soon. But the third Nexus once again try to take it, but does not work. But this bridge is pretty much buying some time. Definitely a favor for Mini and buy some time and not losing the Nexus. Okay, the Nexus dangerously low HP. Rush really needs to be careful. And here is the third gas going up for Rush. One of the couple of Goliaths will be able to take down one of the carrier. And finally, the Nexus will go down. So these pro will just evacuate all the way to 7 o'clock. And I think Rush is also aware of this and will be intercepting the probe. Okay, I think Mini does not want to lose probe, so he'll be just running away. Or maybe hold his probe at the middle of the map. But here's another expansion. Rush is right now taking at the 1 o'clock side. A single DT has arrived. Oh, I'm starting to lose my voice because I'm yelling so much. He cleared up the Dark Templar with the Mass Vulture. Nicely done. 3-2 upgrade is already done. But this probe transfer, we'll be able to get to see that command center at the 1 o'clock side. Oh. And the number of carriers is slowly getting large and large. Okay, it's still 5. Okay, 2 more is coming. 7 carriers, and I think if Mini has enough money, he may decided to go for more of a carrier production here. But I think Mini, okay, the moment where he lost a lot of pylon at the third Nexus plus the 4th Nexus, he started to get those supply block, I guess, at 150-ish right now. Oh, Goon! Ooh, that really hurts for Mini. Mini just literally stepped on those spider mines for free, and now Mini needs to be careful here. Yeah, Mini will be taking more of an expansion. Still no carrier production. A nice carrier micro. Picking up Goliath, picking up Siege Tank 1 by 1. Nicely done. We can see this carrier micro doing so well. We can see Rush is also struggling with the supply count. His main base got mined out. He does have 64 worker, but he's not really mining his 4th expansion. Here are a couple of Goliaths just came and took down a 2 photon cannon. I think Mini is just gonna be spamming the Dark Templar hotkey and just starting to pick up a couple more of the army at the 7 o'clock side. They're doing the great job over here. We hear once again scan pick up the DT. I think Rush also knows there are 2 more DTs. Never mind. He's not really paying attention. But 2 tanks are so important. I don't think this is a great time to do the Siege Tank micro against the DT because he's gonna be losing this 1 o'clock expansion. If he loses 1 o'clock expansion, oh, what is this? Okay, he's making a science pistol. I thought he wasn't gonna be making like a cloak wraith or something, but never mind. But the 7 carrier is gonna be doing some job. High Templar and SCV transfer. Oh, this is not a good decision making. Upsending the SCV. The SCV are just gonna, okay, I guess they will go for the fire, but I'm not sure whether this is a good decision by Rush. The number of carriers is so high still. Single DT is doing such a great job making more of a DT at the 7 o'clock side, and the number of carriers and dragoons on the high ground pretty much abusing with the terrain. And now look at the number of SCV count for Rush. 35 workers only This is not looking great. Rush is starving with the mineral right now he really needs it. And the number of interceptors doesn't matter. I still have a 7 o'clock expansion for Mini, and Mini does have a lot of okay, he does have probe transfer to his natural, the mineral expansion. So now he's gonna be getting all those bank and have those enough mineral for interceptors. So this is not gonna be looking great for Rush. You can see the supply count is about even, but I would like to see the upgrade. I want to see the upgrade. Let me see. Okay, so just +2. Oh, one of the carriers just falls, which wasn't a great move. Okay, this is getting intense. I thought Rush is gonna be losing this game because he's starting to get mined out with the third command center and 35 workers only. But the counter attack with the science vessel with the Goliath tank, that was so brilliant. Like he knew Rush Mini will be making more DT at the 7 o'clock site, so he had that science vessel detector unit to constantly see what he's doing with the DT, so he knows what's up. So we can see Mini has lost a lot of probe, all the way down to 32 probe, and now this is going to be the counter attack. But this is a high ground gun with the storm available. Using storm maybe on the top of Goliath, maybe even C-Sync. He does have one storm available. I thought he has one more High Templar. Where is the one more High Templar? Oh, did he lose his second High Templar? I'm trying to select. I don't see the second High Templar. I saw one of the High Templar had 150 energy, but I guess he got. I guess the Goliath got picked it up. But we see the number of the carriers. 6 carriers doing such a great job picking up a sea snake one by one. Nicely done. Oh, the game is going intense, and I think Rush is also seeing there's a spider mine, seeing the Nexus plus the probe mine in the expansion. This isn't so great. Mini is playing so well and buying some time with the number of a DT right now. He's making. He doesn't really need. I guess he doesn't really need. Let me select. He doesn't really need more of a carrier upgrade. I guess he's right now stuck at a +2 of a carrier and +2 for good. They are doing such a great job. More High Templars being made. So I guess Mini knows what he should be doing. At the same time, we also see Rush has a lot of 11 SCB at the mineral expansion. Maybe he can lift up this command center and send it towards to the center expansion and take this 8 mineral fields. But here are couple more of a battle going on. 6 carrier trying to do some job, but loses the Nexus. Both of the players are very starving with the number of minerals right now. They both really need. Oh, vessel will get picked off. So we can see Mini doesn't have much of a Vespin gas. So +3 now started for Mini. In this kind of scenario where you really need those more of a gun production or maybe High Templar. I guess he's prioritizing on an interceptor upgrade. And without the armor upgrade, so here is a 2 DT, is doing such a great job. Picked up a couple of SCV. So he was at 35, so he lost 6 SCV. So I guess that was 11 SCV at the mineral expansion. But here is the once again, one vessel has 200, almost 200 energy. Try to pick up the High Templar, nicely done. But high ground good with the High Templar storm. Ooh, gotta be careful. Storming top of the sea snake. Maybe one more D-Matrix on the sea snake. I think he can be able to do it. Oh, no D-Matrix, but whatsoever. But he will be just moving in, picking up all those High Templars. That's such a nice biker. But once again, at the same time, there's a counter attack by Mini. Mini brought 6 gun. No, not 6 guns. 6 carrier plus. I cannot even count. 7 guns came to the 3 o'clock expansion, taking down that expansion, picking up SCB. And right now, SCB count is 13 only for Rush. He has stuck at 1 mineral only. And here's GG. GG was typed by Rush. That was super intense how both of the players were on edge of the trade, like going for the base trade here. But that one decision making where hey, you brought all of your army towards the 7 o'clock side, so I know your 3 o'clock side is going to be vulnerable, so I'll be taking away your 3 o'clock expansion. And that was a brilliant move by Mini. Mini decision making here was so great. And I'm also surprised of the usage of the science vessel, where he really need those detector against the mass DT production from those 2 gateway production. That really helped seeing more about, seeing the Dark Templar able to clear up all those DT and climb up to the 7 o'clock expansion. So that was such an intensive trade by both players. He almost got this base as well. If he did not lose this 3 o'clock expansion and also run the 6 o'clock expansion at the same time, I wonder what Mini could have done, because Mini would have lost all those probe count, and only mining like this with a couple of probes, that is not gonna be looking great for Mini as well. That was fantastic game by both players. Thank you for watching, and if you guys enjoy watching these great games on StarCastTV, please hit the like and subscribe button. We will bring more fabulous games in the future.